I just wanted to talk about a little bit about hurts and pains today. Um, Anybody that goes through anything in life has hurts and pains from when they're a child. But what it comes right down to is whatever it was that hurt you as a child, it is just as significant as anybody else's hurt. I mean, who's to say feeling neglected because your parents didn't get you the toy you wanted isn't as bad as you know what I mean? Like that's the same kind of hurt as if you were um, if your parents were taken away and if you were taken away from your parents by children's services or something. It's still neglect, right? You still feel that neglect. One thing I learned is in rehab is everybody has hurts and pains, and no matter what happened to them, the hurt is the same. Neglect, shame, guilt, it's all tied in. Fear of failure, fear of anybody who's been abused. All those things all tie in together, right? And the hurt from it can be the same as if you say you got abused. It can be the same hurt as if your parents just said no to you all the time, right? If your parents yelled at you, you know what I mean. It's the same kind of hurt. You end up growing up with the same kind of feelings, right? And the feelings of not being good enough. Um, so the one thing I don't know I'd like to try and do with my kids is to tell them all the time that I love them and that I'm proud of them no matter what, because I don't want them to feel the same way I did. Now, I know they're all adults now, and I know that they've gone through their own things and seen me through a lot, and um, it's hard because like I know that they've got the same hurts and pains, and there's nothing I can do about that now, but try and be a better dad to them. So I just, I just want to say that it is very important to encourage your children to do well, but it's also important to tell them that they have done good and that they are loved. You know what I mean? So that they don't grow up and think, they're not good enough. I mean, all of my children are different. I love them all differently because it's different with different children because they're different, right? So uh, I love them all equally, but I love them differently. And I try and tell my kids that I love them. I try and tell them that I'm proud of them. Even though I wasn't around for most of their lives, I am extremely proud of how they've grown up and the people they've become because you either go one of two ways when you grow up in that kind of life, and it's either you get worse than your parents or you go totally opposite. And it seems to me like my children have gone the other way. So I'm very, very grateful to God for putting that on their hearts, whether they know it or not. Um, that they did not follow my footsteps and go down that path. Um, my son, Court, my oldest son, is so smart. He figured it out as a teenager, whereas I didn't figure it out till I was in my 30s. He did party a little bit, but he got over it and he moved on, and now he's a great man. Like he amazes me every day when I see him and I talk to him, and I'm so proud of him. My daughter Christine, I'm proud of the way she's grown up too, and the mom she's become. I'm proud of Kelsey, my daughter Kelsey, for everything she does. She's just so smart. She'll be graduating here soon, high school, and she wants to go to Trent University. She wants to go to university. Yeah, that's right. My kid wants to go to university. That is just awesome. I'm proud of my son Blair, even though I don't get to see him. I'm proud of the way he's motivated and uh, how hard he works, and I know I hurt him deeply when he was a kid and growing up, and uh, I keep praying that it can be reconciled. And God has done amazing things in my life with reconciling my relationships. So I believe that He's going to reconcile that relationship when it's time, in God's time. Um, but I love all my children so much. I can't say anymore how proud of them I am. Um, I love being a dad. I love being a grandpa. My grandson comes and hangs out with Papa every weekend. And like I said on the last video, that wouldn't have happened a couple of years ago because I just wasn't in the state of mind to take care of a child. But I just want to reiterate so much that children need to be um, told when they're doing well. They need to be disciplined, and they need to be told when they're not doing the right things. But you really got to emphasize when they're doing well. You got to tell them they're doing well so they know. You know what I mean? So they don't grow up feeling like they're not good enough. Because no matter what, we were all created by God in His image, and we're good enough for Him. So we're good enough for everyone. Thanks, guys. Peace. Have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.